Hello viewers, you're welcome to the channel once again. In compliments of the season to you all, I want to appreciate you, all my subscribers and viewers, for the likes, the comments, the encouraging words you've shown me all this period. I want to say a very big thank you to you all. And I also wish to thank those that have not subscribed, to encourage them to subscribe as well. Please go ahead and hit on the subscribe button. Let's do this again next year. So I bring to you this video of a dress I made one time on my short video, and some of you requested that I do a tutorial on it. So here is a tutorial on how I achieved that, though different sleeve pattern but almost the same method. Please watch to the end if you'd like to know how I made this, and if you find this interesting, hit on the subscribe button. Let's go into the video. So we are starting with the basic bodies, the upper part, and the full length I'm working with is 10.5. So I added half an inch, that is 11 inches. This is for a 4-year-old child. So I have extra 1 inch for zipper allowance, and the first thing I'm to do is to take my shoulder measurement, half of it, which is 5 inches, and I will come down by half an inch for the shoulder's length. I'll go right there and put my neck width, which is 2.5, and come down by 2.75 for the neck depth, and I'll connect the two dots. So this is for the front, and I'll go ahead and connect the slope, and I'll mark out my neck depth for the back, which is 1 inch, and I'll also join it to the shoulder width. I'll move over to my armhole and take half of it, which is 5 inches. My shoulder measurement, armhole measurement is 10 inches, half of it is 5 inches, and I will take it down to get a straight line, which will now become my chest line. On this chest line, I will take quarter of my chest circumference. I'm working with a chest circumference of 23 inches, so I will put quarter of it over there. So putting my shoulder measurement on the chest line so as to get my armhole depth, I will roll it into a straight line, and on that line I will divide into two to get where my curve will start from. So on the chest line, I will put quarter of 23 inches and my seam allowance. I will take the same measurement on the waist, quarter of my 23 inches and my seam allowance. The measurements are the same. Children most of the time have the same measurement for their waist and their chest, except they have started having bust. And I will go ahead and connect my armhole. So remember to add your half an inch seaming allowance at the shoulder part. I'll connect it. So I'll go over and cut this pattern. I'm cutting the front and the back together, so I'll go ahead and cut the back first. Then I'll separate it to work on the back only. So after separating it, I'll trim off the front neckline. And I will label it as my front. I'll make this indication that it will be cut on fold. Now we will introduce my back pattern. The first thing is to take off half an inch from the zipper area and connect it to the side seam. This is optional, like I've always said, but if you want your zip to relax properly, you do this. So at the upper part, I'll come down by 1 inch. This 1 inch is for my button allowance. If I am having only one button, I'll put in 1 inch. I'll come down by 1 inch. But if I want to have two buttons at the upper part, I'll come down by 2 inches. So at this point, I want to have one button and I'm coming down by 1 inch. And from that 1 inch, I will measure 5 inches down. These 5 inches will be my opening, my keyhole opening. So if this is too open or too wide for you, please come down by 4 inches. So from there I will make a drawing. You can draw a round shape, a triangle, an oval shape, a heart shape, whatever shape you want, you can put it there. From the point I make, I'll mark 2.5. 2.5 is how wide the shape will be. From 2 inches to 2.5 is okay. Anything above 2.5 will expose the child's back very well. So 2 inches to 2.5 is okay. So at this point I'm going to use a triangle. The video I made, I used a circle, but here I'm making a triangle. You can make an oval shape, a heart shape, or whatever shape you like. Inverted oval, upright oval shape. So I'll extend my line to my zipper allowance. That 1 inch I came down with needs an allowance, but just small allowance because the zip will not be getting over today. I'll just add quarter of an inch, that is 0.25 allowance, which I'm going to use to sew the button loop, and after that I will trim that off. So my zipper allowance will just stop at the area that the shape will not go down. So all these places I'm marking are going to go off, and I'll go ahead and make my cutting. As you can see, it's very simple to draft. So this is my back pattern, which will be cut times 2. So if this opening is too wide for you, you can go ahead and add half an inch round, a quarter of an inch round it while cutting on your fabric. So when I fold in my zip, that is how it will be. So but I'm okay with 2.5. You can make 2 inches, or if you end up cutting up, because I'll still take quarter of an inch to sew them all through, so that will be 2.75. Go ahead and add half an inch round while cutting on your fabric. So I'll take this and cut on my fabric. After cutting on my fabric, and I also cut on my lining exactly the way I cut on my fabric. So this is how it looks. This is how the back will look like. I just pin it down so that you will see how the back will look like after sewing it. And this is how it will look like, and the front as well. So go ahead and join the back and the front at the shoulder with half an inch. Also do that to the lining part. Join with half an inch, and I'll come back to show you what I did. So for the sleeve, I just have cut out fabric here, and I iron a soft interface in the light one just to give it a little bit of structure. The length is the width rather is 21 inches, the length is 9 inches. So I'll just fold it over like so for the 2 sleeves. So for the 2 sleeves, I'll fold it over like so, and the edge that is not closed, I'll from there measure 2.5 inches up. That edge is open, I'll measure 2.5 inches up, and I'll just give it a curve at that end, just a little curve, and I'll join it to the center. Go ahead and cut out, and your sleeve is ready. The length of the sleeve will be 4 inches after sewing, because I'll take half inch up and half inch down. So this is for one of the sleeve. I'll go and gather the 2 sleeves. I'll gather them up. Having joined the shoulder of the bodies, both the lining and the main fabric, I also made the belt. So I'll come up 0.75 inches, that's 3/4 inch from the waist part, so that I'll be able to join my down part to the upper part. I'll come up by 0.75 and pin down one of these button belts. I will also do that to the other part. Come up by 0.75 and pin it. So I also made a button loop of 2.25 inches, that's 2.25 inches on fold. I'll put it on fold and I will place it on one side of the back. That is 1 inch. I will place it at the middle. If I place it at the middle, I am leaving some space up and some space down. So the up one I will use it to sew my neckline, and the down one as well will be used to sew my back neckline. I'll go ahead and stitch that. And for my sleeve which I've gathered, let me measure the length and I'll have 8 inches over there. I'll match it to get the midpoint, and I'll join that midpoint to the mid shoulder and stitch it down. Join it to the mid shoulder, then you pin down. Repeat the same for the second sleeve. This is just a standing flare sleeve. So go ahead and make a stitch over there. After sewing that, this is what I have. I'll bring my lining and match them up. So the first I'm going to sew is the neckline. I'll just pin up my neckline and sew to the back. So make a stitch with 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch, whatever one you like. Then I'll fold in my sleeve carefully to enter inside. I will not be sewing on the sleeve, so I'm folding it so that it enters inside. And I'll also stitch the armhole. This way you will have a neat finishing. So repeat same for the second sleeve. So I've gone ahead to sew on the neckline. So I made the stitching true to the design I have at the back. I left my zipper opening, my armhole as well, as I made a stitch on it. So make sure you give it a nice notch so that it will relax, and after the notch you turn from the inside. After turning from the inside, iron it down so that it will relax, and bring the sides and match them up, lining to lining, right, fabric to fabric, match them up like so, and stitch it down with the allowance you left while cutting it. I left 1 inch. If you are leaving 1/2 inch, you stitch it down with 1/2 inch, or you can just go ahead and remeasure your and retake your measurement, the child's measurement on the waist, whatever allowance that is remaining, you use it to sew it down. So this is it. After sewing on it, go ahead and press iron that open, that same side open, and this part is ready to be joined to the down part. So I've gathered my lining and I'll join it to the lining part. I'll also join the gathered fabric to the fabric part as well. And after that, I will attach my zipper. I have a tutorial on how to do this. You can watch it out if you don't know how to. and I will attach my button as well. This cloth is ready. And this is the outcome after fixing everything. I'm fixing my zipper, attach all my skirt parts, my body lining and the fabric, and this is what I have. Do you like this? Will you be making it? Please endeavor to give me a thumbs up if you find this useful. And also, if you've not subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button and stay tuned with me. Thank you.